Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Paw Your Way Into Our Heart, which is a pet-themed hop, as well as Scraptember, which is brought to you by the Scrappy sisters and Laura Alberts. Today's theme is to use wood veneer. And I've got a huge pile of wood veneer there off to the side. I am going to be using some 49 and Market Spectrum Gardenia. I'm using the embellishment kit, and I am going to be pairing it up with a piece of paper from, I believe it's the Spectrum Sherbert Inkwell collection. I don't think I pulled this paper out of this Gardenia collection. I think I just pulled one out of Inkwell. I am working on building up the clusters like they are in the sample that's sitting to the right on my desk. So I'm working on that bottom right hand one and seeing how I like it. There aren't really any instructions, it's just the photograph, and then you just build from there. And it does come with some extra bits and pieces, so not every single piece is used in the photograph of the examples. So you get a few extra bits. I am going to turn mine so that it's horizontal instead of vertical, and therefore I'm going to change it up just a bit. I really like the black and white, and I really like the blue with the pink, especially since my dog is playing with a blue toy. And she is a monochromatic dog with the exception of her big blue eyes and a little tiny bit of pink in her ears. She's just gray and black and white. So I am working on figuring out exactly how I'm going to have this fit, and I want to use a whole bunch of these game pieces from Some Assemblage Required. These are older pieces, so they are thicker. I don't know if she's got them in a thinner model yet. I know she's been working on transferring things over or moving them over to a thinner version, but I don't know if she's got these ones yet. If she does, I'll put a link down below. That Puzzle Time title is from Colorcast Designs. It's been in my stash for a while now, and so I don't know that she probably does not have that available at this point, because it's been in my stash for well over a year. And then I am going to build another little cluster up in the upper left-hand corner, going with a shelf design here and a little bit more of a embellishment up in the corner. So it kind of has a diagonal bit going, but it's a little bit of a shelf design also. And I really like the way that this ends up looking, and I know that's a lot of wood piled on there, but I really like it. And I don't have a lot of photos that I haven't scrapbooked that have like my family playing games together. I don't usually take pictures of those, and truth be told, we don't sit around and play games very often. I would like to, but my husband's not super into it, and now that my kids are grown, it's just not something that we do. Now my kids do get together and play games with their friends, but we just don't, it's not something we really do. I did at one point have pictures of the kids playing with giant Jenga pieces, but and that's not my kids, that's my grandkids, my grandson and my niece's kids, but I'm not, I think I've already scrapbooked them. So I'm going to go ahead and use these wood pieces on here. No sense in hanging on to them for another day, because if they're in my stash, I want to use them up and get them into an album. And I feel like that opens up the door to purchase some new things and gives me more room in my stash. So it's going to look better in an album than it is going to be looking in a box on my shelf. So let's go ahead and get it into an album. Okay, so I really like the black and white stripes on this. I pulled out those little, they're laser cut chipboard, but they look like ribbon. And I really like the way that those are looking. I did trim my background paper down, so it is 1/4 of an inch shy of 12 by 12. 1/4 of an inch on both sides, so it's like 11 3/4 and each direction. And so I'm going to put a black border all the way around it, and that's why I'm letting those two ribbony pieces extend past the edge of my paper, because I know I'm going to be framing it. with a black border. Okay, I'm using just my ATG to adhere most of these things down, most of the paper bits down, especially the photograph, because that background paper is a faux mixed media. It's not, there's no actual mixed media that I did on it, so it's going to stick just fine. And I am just lining up my photos side to side, my two smaller photos, because my bigger one is kind of spanning across both top and bottom. It's extended past, and I just wanted to make sure that the left and the right one were both level and not lopsided on my page. I will be using some liquid glue to adhere all of the wood pieces and the acrylic piece. I'm also using some foam behind some of the letters on that acrylic piece to support it, because that black frame is actually chipboard, so it is thicker, and I don't want the puzzle time to kind of get pressed down on the E of time and then kind of pop off. So I want to make sure it has a little bit of support there. I'm just maneuvering these around, trying to figure out the best way to fit them. And I really like those two dominoes on the left-hand side to bring the black and white over that direction. And yes, I did include that popcorn on there because my dog actually does like popcorn. She doesn't get it very often, and when she does, it's like 5 kernels. But she does like it, and if I have popcorn, she's always sniffing around, waiting for a handout. But there's not a whole lot of food that I think that she doesn't like. She likes carrots. She likes broccoli stems. She'll eat lettuce. And of course, any meat product. Any meat product she will go for. And so what is she doing in these photos? That is actually a game for pets, and it's got treats hidden underneath the light blue knobs, and she's got to move them back and forth to kind of undo the puzzle and unlock where the treats are. My son's girlfriend purchased that, and both of the dogs really enjoy it. And pretty much any game type, anything that makes her use her brain and figure things out, my dog loves, including getting out of the yard. But that's a whole nother subject. She likes that. She has a ball that has little holes in it with treats inside, and it's probably about an 8-inch ball, 6 to 8 inches, and she loves rolling that around and trying to get the treats out of it. So of course she's very food motivated, but not as food motivated as as my son's dog. Ours will sit there and just look at her food and wait till you tell her to eat, and sometimes she waits to see if you've got a better offer. But my son's dog will just gobble up pretty much anything, not any food, but anything that's in her bowl that you have given her. They both like watermelon and cantaloupe. We feed our dogs weird things, I guess. A well-balanced diet. Okay, so now I've got that all laid down. I've got all of those pieces on top of that big framework with the doily, and I really like the way this is coming together. Some of these pieces are kind of not sitting level on the page, so I'm making sure that the areas like these little dominoes, the bottom corner edge is touching the layout, so I'm making sure there's glue in those spots and where it lays on top of the chipboard, the wood veneer, because I want to make sure it doesn't pop off somehow. So using plenty of liquid glue to hold everything on. And then I am going to stick a little saying across this heart up at the top here. And I think it says something like this, "You have my heart," or something like that, or "This fills my heart," is what it says. And I just love to see her happy and playing with those kind of things, and just, rather than being destructive, doing something constructive, which is always good, especially with toddlers. And really, she is just like a toddler because she's not even 2 yet. So, a little sassy and loads of fun. So there it is, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out everyone else playing along with the paw hop. The links will be down below for you, and there's a playlist down below for the Scraptember month-long series that is going on, so you can see all of the videos that has have been posted, so you can check that out below as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, leave them down below. Hit the thumbs up and the subscribe if you don't mind, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.